Yo, what's up, everyone? I hope you are doing well. Today, we're going to be diving into the upcoming hero shooter, Fragpunk, dude. Oh, I would like to think it has the FPS community buzzing a little bit. Some of us love it that played the alphas, the betas. Some of us are kind of still iffy about it. So let's talk about it. Of course, it's a competitor to Valorant, a competitor to Counter-Strike, but the biggest thing that separates this game are the shard cards. That was a tough sentence. Before we get into all of that, let's talk about what we know so far, right? Now, Fragpunk is being made by the studio by the name Bad Guitar Studio. And it's a development company and subsidiary of NetEase Games. So with that being said, NetEase Games is developing this. They have a studio called Bad Guitar Studio, and NetEase is the company that has made and developed Marvel Rivals, the global phenomenon going on right now. So a lot of people are like, oh, it's another hero shooter, it's another 5v5, it's another Valorant wannabe, it's another Counter-Strike wannabe. Those people have never played the game, I'm just saying, man. I'm saying that because there's a game mechanic in the game that they have. It's called shard cards. It is literally game changing, dude. Game changing, right? And these shard cards, you pick every single round, dude. Every single round, meaning every single round is going to be played differently. Now, if we were to compare that to Counter-Strike, Counter-Strike is really simple. Not take that back. It's not simple. It's just it's more linear, right? You have the economy to get the guns. Then once you get the guns, you buy equipment, flashbangs, grenades, and you do and come up with all these tactics within that round. But that round plays out almost the same every time, if that makes sense. Almost. I'm not gonna talk about that anymore. I just chopped that up. On the topic of shard cards, the game mechanic within Fragpunk, here are some of them. You can pause the video. I'm not going to talk about all of them. That's going to be for a different video. These are just some of the cards that exist in the game that can literally change the round. The very first one, offense, defense. Swap defenders and attackers. Say you are defending and your defense isn't that good, but you won your attacking rounds. That card, it could be available for you and you could switch sides and potentially win that round since you were better on attacking than your current defending. That's crazy, dog. And as I mentioned, you pick these cards every single round. They generate at random, okay? All right, we're going to be moving on from shard cards and we're going to talk about the characters that they have within the game, right? Now it's a 5v5 hero shooter. So hero shooters mean these characters have different abilities, right? I would say it's a pretty diverse list of Lancers is what they are called in Fragpunk. Lancers. Each character that you can see right here has their own unique set of skills similar to Overwatch, Valorant, Apex Legends, right? So not only do the shard cards exist, each character has their own set of abilities as well. So I mean, you're mixing. I'm a Valorant player. Let's mix Valorant Jet with shard cards. That can make the shard card can make you dash 4 times within a round instead of every. You know what I mean? It's not really a good example. I do this on the fly, unlike other YouTubers that have an entire script from ChatGPT, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, right now, we know of 7 Lancers. Nitro, Broker, okay. Hollow Point, Kimset, Skirt, Corona, and Axon. These are the current 7 Lancers that we do know about. One is only to assume that there is going to be more Lancers even upon launch or in future updates. You know. Now we're going to move on into the third thing that I love about this game specifically is the fast fast-paced gunplay, man. Oh my god. I dabbled in Counter-Strike. It's a very methodical, strategizing type of gameplay, right? You want to execute things, lineups, similar with Valorant. You want to strategize some things, and it takes a little bit more time. Fragpunk, get in there and start shooting, dog. With each character having different abilities, some of them have mobility abilities. The shard cards can give you extra mobility abilities, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of room for crazy movement within this game. Some would compare it to old Apex movement. I say old Apex because I haven't played Apex in ages, man. And unlike COD, I'm a COD hater. This has a fast TTK that is actually very satisfying. It just feels right for the style of game that it is trying to be, right? And I'm gonna make a separate video of the Lancers that we have, who's the best, who's the worst, how would I rank them, etc. So that's gonna be for a separate video. Now, as I shown earlier, you can play for free on March 6th of 2025. It is going to be available on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and on the Epic Store, man. And for those who are wondering, yes, it is confirmed that this is going to be cross-platform. If you were launching a game that's not cross-platform, I'm gonna just expect it to die within a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. If you don't launch with cross-platform nowadays, it seems to be just the standard that needs to be, right? So I'll be showing off this video while I continue to babble. As I was rewatching my video, everything you need to know, I didn't talk about this. So this is your selection menu for all of your weapons. Known weapons in the beta. Unsure if there's going to be more weapons upon launch or whatever like that at the moment. But here you can see times one, times one, times one. Pistols, some of them times two, times two. So what this means, he is going to go in with this assault rifle, the Disciplined, times one right here in the corner for that gun, right? What that means is if you get eliminated with that gun the next round, you cannot pick that gun unless one of your teammates buys it for you. Hopefully that makes sense for you guys. And that goes for everything here. Your standard secondary weapon pistol, you have infinite melee. Those are the only two that you will start with every single round, no matter what. Everything else that are one, if you get eliminated that round, you cannot use that gun again in the next round. If you survive, obviously you keep your gun, right? Now, that economy is a lot different than what we're used to in CSGO, Valorant, you know what I mean? That economy is pretty different as well because there's no money involved. It's just the amount of times that you can use that gun. Now, you can see here, that round, he got eliminated. Now he can no longer choose the Discipline since he got eliminated. He can request and your teammate can get it for you. But that's if they're willing to give up their one for you. But there are instances where you get a shard card. These are the shard cards, right? One of them is everybody gets a free weapon, right? Free weapon means even if you get eliminated with that gun, you can't use it again the next round. For example, say you got that card, all guns are free. 3 people survive on your team. So now that instead of only having one weapon available, since you survived on all free guns, You're going to have 2 of them now. You're going to have 2 of them now. So it's really interesting how these cards can really impact the game, the rounds, all of that. You know what I mean? So let's get back to our regularly programmed video, shall we? I think the hype is real, even though I'm all about numbers, unfortunately, and their social media's numbers aren't really as high as I would like them to be, or probably them themselves would like them to be. I think it's gonna live up to what we expect because literally the alpha played better than most games that have fully launched nowadays. But now that just makes me scared in the sense of how much did they change and break the game for launch? Because I played in alpha, right? And the alpha was so smooth, so good. It's like, what more can they do to this to make it better? And then they had a beta. The beta was pretty similar to the alpha. I didn't really experience anything more, you know? So I mean, with all this being said, with it being cross-platform, free to play, these shard cards that literally can make or break an entire round, let alone the game, with it being RNG on who gets what cards, specifically this big head mode. Oh my god, come on, man. Anyways, I would love to know what you think. Do you think it's going to live up to expectations? Have you played in the alpha, the beta? Are you excited to give it your first try? Are you going to give it a try? Let me know down in the comments below. Let's have a conversation. Now, I've never done this, and this is going to be happening in 2025. I've never done this, but it seems to work for people. If you want more Fragpunk content, guides, tips, tricks, remember to hit that like button and subscribe and put that notifications on for future content. I'm going to be trying to be consistent, and because I'm in the middle of moving, that's why my entire room is a mess. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Everything will be okay in the end. If it is not, it is not the end. Can we just admire my cat right now? Oh my god.